What up, Unstuckers? Welcome back to a fabulous episode of Cash Fry. This week, I'm just talking really fast. In my defense, I haven't spoken to humans other than my husband in like 24 hours. So that's what's happening. Say hey to my co-host, Joshua Bean.
Hey, anyone out there? I'm not hearing you say hey. She told you to say hey to me, and I'm not hearing you say hey. Maybe you are. If you are,
This is like the
good job.
first time. This is like the first time ever you haven't spoken out of turn. Congratulations, Josh.
I held back. I wanted to comment on your first comment, and I was like, no, I'll save it. I know she's really excited to talk to someone besides her husband, but I'm not going to comment that yet. I'm going to wait.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So tell me about your week since I'm the host this week. Tell me.
Oh,
Tell me
okay.
your qualms, sir.
Yes. Let me tell you of my week. I've had a very busy week. So last week's revelation, to remind you all and to remind myself, is that I realized I was just making busy work for me because I was scared to launch. And so I decided, ready as a lie. I've got a version ready to go. I just need to try it, and then I can iterate more later. And so I did. As of Sunday night, I think it was, I started the process of my Facebook ads again that lead people to a checklist, to everything you need to know in bullet point form of launching a podcast. Here's what you're going to need, kind of stuff, with some helpful links. And I updated the checklist because I realized it was a downloadable PDF, and of course you can put links in a PDF, which I had not done previously. So
Duh, Becky.
right before I relaunched this ad thing, I was like, oh, I should put some links into this. And by the way, some of those links are affiliate links. So if they actually buy stuff that I'm recommending and they don't buy my course, it's still some money for me. So it's good. I'm learning all about affiliate links here and there. And so that started. I've learned, I think, about half my Facebook audiences that I picked for this ad. I'm running them at like $2 a day per audience, and about half of them aren't doing anything. So just yesterday I turned them off.
Get rid of that shit,
Yep.
right?
And the other half are like doing pretty well. I think I'm getting about $1 per lead right now, and so I'm gonna try and continue to brainstorm new audiences and test them, and see if I can get audiences that convert for lower cost. But so far, so good. And of course, I got my email chain set up. So as soon as they download the checklist, they get it in their email, which means they have to go check their email. And if it did go to spam, they have to find it in spam, which is, a lot of things you sign up for go to spam and you never hear about them ever again. But with this, it's something they want, so they're going to go looking for it right away. So hopefully, since they found it in their spam right away, they will get the subsequent emails, which will be 10 days of emails.
Damn.
Yeah. So, since Sunday, some people are on day 1 right now. Some people are on day like 5 right now of my email chain, which is a lot of just helpful information. Here's what I use here. Here's what I use there, et cetera, et cetera. And then at the very end, it's like, hey, here's a discount, and do you want a free T-shirt if you sign up for the course? Which leads me to my next point. I am changing the T-shirt, but anyone who wants the T-shirt can sign up now. I'm still doing that because it's part of the email chain, but very soon I've just ordered headphones, as we talked about last week. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see a prototype, or a sample, I guess is what it is, of the headphones I'll be shipping out to people who buy the course in October. I think if I get them in October, I might do it as a November promotional thing, actually. We'll see.
Fair. I have a question then. So for your 10-day email thing, you have that all automated.
Yeah.
What are you using?
I'm using Wix. So
really?
Wix.com hosts your website and stuff. They were the cheapest. I looked around at a few like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, stuff like that. They were the cheapest way to get an auto thing going for a bunch of things. Like a lot of things will do one auto email for free. Wix was $30 a month for this to be automated forever. So, and I can do a lot more with it if I want to as I grow into it, but it's $30 a month. So,
Sweet.
so I'm going to try that. And, yeah. Yeah. And so the headphones I actually just tried this morning. I was on a business networking meeting on Zoom, and I plugged these headphones in that I got, um, just late yesterday, and I was like, oh, this sounds pretty good. And I was alternating between these and my studio headphones here, and they sound really good. They block out the rest of the world pretty well, even though they don't completely cover my giant ears. They do they do a good job of blocking out the rest of the world. So I'm into them, and to me, my cost, they're cheaper than a T-shirt, and I think more useful and cooler to my prospective audience. So
Hell yeah.
um, so I'm gonna get them. These ones are in green if you're watching on YouTube, because that's just the sample they pulled. But I'm gonna get them in red because that's my brand color. And then on the side, it's gonna say "on air," so that new podcasters can feel official and have fun and actually have some decent headphones to um, listen to. I mean, they aren't Bose by any means. They're talking about $7
I
headphones,
mean,
but they're good. I'm
yeah,
surprised.
they're still pretty sweet.
Yeah, and the audio quality, like I'm surprised. I was like, I'll get the sample. I'm probably not going to like it. I'm probably going to have to spend a little more. And I was like, no, pretty good. Pretty good. So
That's awesome.
that's been ordered. Hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be getting I'm going to get 50 of those in and make it like I guess probably a November promotional thing. Like the first 50 people that sign up in November get headphones shipped to them and see if that
And
helps.
will that also be a Facebook ad that you're going to run?
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 Okay,
And so
cool.
what I think it'll be is, so what I'm going to do this week and in the future for the headphone thing is retargeting ads. So right now people have downloaded the checklist, and I'm learning which audience on Facebook gives me, the best bang for my buck on cold
For
leads
sure.
like that. And then after that, I'm just going to bombard those people on Facebook with all sorts of things, like my blog article on the best microphones I recommend for under $100, or the 5 reasons you need to start a podcast today, or all about adult blanket forts. Trust me, it's really helpful.
Yes.
So stuff like that is going to be stuff that I'm not showing to people who don't know about me, but people who have already downloaded the checklist. So I know they're into starting
That's
their
awesome.
own podcast, and I know they're at least somewhat familiar with my brand, and I'm going to get them more familiar so that some of it's going to be the same things that are in the emails that I'm sending them. But that's on purpose because emails always have like a good open rate is like 20%. So
Yeah.
if I do end up in their spam filter, they're still going to get the information on Facebook and through the ads. So hopefully it catches their eye. And then, yes, eventually one of those retargeting ads will be, hey, special November promotion, get these sweet headphones once I get them in and I can take pictures of them and stuff like that. And that's the plan. So far, I think I got, spending $2 a day per audience. I think I got maybe 20 to 30 downloads of my checklist this week.
Pretty good.
No sales yet, but none of them are even close to the end of the email chain where I start pushing the course. So we'll see how that goes. So next week's
keep us updated.
next week's big goal. My goal for the week is the retargeting ads. Some of them are ready to go. Some of them I need to film some video, but I'd like to get all of those up by the next week, so I can start inundating the people who've already downloaded with more brand stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. How about you?
It's not like a bad, that's like a realization.
Okay.
So I mentioned earlier in the show, right? Like I have not spoken to humans in like days. And I didn't realize that like how much that actually affects me. Like I haven't really gotten out of bed before 9 in a couple of days.
Impressive.
Yeah. I'm like a 5 a.m.er usually. So like this is weird for me. So I feel like priority number 1 over the next couple of weeks is going to be find a community. Like whether they speak English or I can like half-ass German, I need human interaction. It's rough. So that's like long-term, like 2 to 3 weeks out. That's one of my goals. Some of my other goals, as I get my book ready. Okay, so outreach to 20 people has been pretty good. So this is still Instagram direct outreach. And I'm finding that 2 people ish usually within the 20. So it's like a 10% return, like ROI on that time spent. 2 people usually get back to me or like follow me in response. So decent. It's still really time consuming, guys. Like, this is the slowest road to customers ever. I don't know. I mean, okay, so maybe Instagram was different like 5, 6 years ago. Like, people just became like Instagram stars. Like, that is not the case anymore. So if people are like, oh, I can buy you followers for like $1 a day, don't fucking listen to them because that's a bunch of bullshit. I've been working 2 months and I just got like 150 followers. But the difference between the followers you can buy and the followers I've been working my ass off for are that they actually care about the products that I'm selling versus the people who are just numbers on your screen.
Yeah, you're
right?
developing a
So
relationship, and that's key. You're gonna get interaction too over the long run,
yeah,
comments and likes.
yeah, definitely. So I think I mentioned last week, out of laziness slash out of just trying to try something new, I reached out to like 20 different people who were private, like had their Instagram pages on private. And 2 people got back to me. One person was interested, like kind of on the border. But I think just having a continued conversation and not being super pushy, but just like explaining like what I do, how I do it. Yeah, it's going to cost you money. Sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you about that. But I think just explaining that and being like, hey, feel free to reach out with questions. If now is not the right time, like, I get it. That's cool. But like, I'm here to answer questions. Like you said, relationship building. That's key. So, private, I would say equally, like, private accounts are equally as successful as public accounts. So, if I'm feeling lazy one day, I can just go through a bunch of different private accounts and just follow because you don't have to have a conversation at that exact moment. But it was a good little experiment. I'm probably not going to do that again. Good update. In other news, the Wellness Cucina podcast is back up and at it. My latest episode is like pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's been 4 months.
I'm doing good. I'm doing all right.
It's pretty good. But it's been 4 months since I recorded by myself, and it's a completely different experience when you're not actually having a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
So it's just different. But it's back up. It posted on Wednesday of this week, and I will continue to post every week. I'm going to try and recycle content. So I actually did a blog post based off of my my podcast later in the week.
Perfect.
Like, I think they came out on the same day. But I mean, I think recycling that information, just because people listen or like read in different areas, you know, blog posting is still really essential to have your site visible on a regular basis, and podcasting just kind of delivers people to your site or to like introduces them to you in a different way. So I think if you guys have the time to be able to do a variety of different things like that, but just kind of reinvent the same content, that's key. I also found out today, not found out, like I knew it was a thing, but LinkedIn posts, do you take advantage of that at all?
I did when I initially launched my podcast startup course. I did like some of my things that are on my website, like 5 reasons you should start a podcast, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
That kind of content. I repackaged for LinkedIn. I don't think I got a lot of play there, but I barely use LinkedIn. So I bet if I knew more about what to do there, I might do better.
Dude, honestly, they make you pay for like a lot of stuff. I was trying to just reach out to people on LinkedIn, and they were like, oh, you've reached your monthly allotment. And I reached out to 3 people. That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So, and it's like $50 a month or something crazy like that. Whoa. For fucking LinkedIn.
Come on, LinkedIn.
Yeah. So okay. So again, I'm repackaging the same material with less emojis. So it's more professional, you know? Yeah. So like my past Instagram posts from like the past 2 months, I'm just going to start cycling through on LinkedIn because why
absolutely.
not, right?
And I don't think like
why not?
anyone, like I think a lot of people either are on LinkedIn or read your blog or listen to your podcast. Yeah. They don't do all of them necessarily. And then the ones that do
stalks people like that.
Yeah. And then the ones that do, it's like, I can't imagine anyone being like, oh, oh, this is the same thing I listened to, but now it's in blog format. Like, nobody's mad at that. And if you are mad at that, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you and know what kind of a crazy human you are.
We'll have you on a Cash Fry. It'll be
Yeah, you
great.
can tell us why. We can be like, oh, you're crazy. Or maybe you'll have a good point. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that before in other companies, and I've never been like, oh God, like it's just like, oh yeah, it's like the podcast I listen to, cool, and I move on. Like I
Yeah.
don't read it again, and I don't get mad about it.
Definitely.
So
Yeah. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel every week, but like if I have evergreen information, just share it everywhere, right? Why not?
absolutely, absolutely.
So
Um,
that's been this week.
you could also consider
Yeah.
doing eventually rebroadcasts of podcasts. To keep your feed live.
Ooh.
A lot of podcasts do like
Oh.
this is an episode from our vault or whatever they call it. And
A classic
a
episode.
classic episode. I love it when they
We've
call
never
them
done
classic. We've never done that. We should start doing it. From here on out, you're going to hear the first 80 episodes again. Here. No. We definitely can't do that with Casual Friday. That's a little more in the know. But yeah, maybe for like the holidays this year, you and we could post one of our old topics again. I don't know.
Call it a from the oh wait, we have to call it something fancy, right? Like we have the Unstuck
Unstuck
Library,
Library.
the Unstuck Cellar.
Unstuck
Ooh.
Bunker.
That's an oxymoron.
The Unstuck Tornado Shelter.
We should definitely call it the Unstuck Bunker.
I think we should start all Casual Fridays like that from now on. Live from the Unstuck Bunker. We're in two different bunkers. Yours is in Germany, though.
My bunker has light. I don't know.
Mine too. My guitar over here is just like glowing from the window.
Terrible bunkers.
Not very safe at all. Awesome. Well, yeah. So what is your goal moving forward with all this?
My goal has been the same for weeks. Maybe I should change it, man. I don't know. Should I stay strong?
Stay strong.
Get one 15-minute phone call. That's all I want.
Gonna get it.
Actually, no. This week has been more progressive. I've actually had 3 people like been this close to hopping on a 15-minute phone call. So I really think I'm close, and I'm going to keep my goal the same because it is the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very frustrating going back onto Instagram and like having the anxiety of like trying to have conversations with people who don't respond to you,
Yeah.
So I think I build myself up in anxiety, but the conversations are great when I have them. So I just need to chill the fuck out internally, stop getting anxious about it, and have just
meditate.
Chill conversations with people.
First.
Meditate. Maybe I shouldn't do it in the morning. Maybe I should do it before going on Instagram to try to talk to people.
Ooh.
Okay, that'll be my goal this week.
There you go.
We'll try that.
I was gonna say too, our previous talks about goals is trying to make it something you can control. So you can't control how many phone calls you have this week, but you can control how many people you reach out to or stuff like that, So I think previously you've been saying like one phone call this week would be great, but you've also been saying like, I'm going to reach out to 10 people a day. And that's something you can control.
That's fair. I feel like 15 a day is my sweet spot because that's like, if you do a 10% conversion rate on that, that's like 1.5, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, if you get 1.5 phone calls per week, that'll probably be pretty good. Cause I feel like the hardest part is getting them to the phone. At the phone, I feel like that's a better conversion rate. Like not 100%, totally. But like better.
No, but it goes up to like 50% there.
Oh, nice. Easily. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you got so that would be 3 every 2 weeks, so 6 a month phone calls. So you get 3 course sales a month, basically, if you get a 50% conversion on that.
That would be huge.
That would be huge. And it's about putting that work in, that 15 people a day.
It is. Thank you for Casual Friday Unstuckers and Josh, because this really uplifted my spirits. I'm telling you, man, this week has been fucking rough.
Dude, I gotta tell you, me too. This week has been nuts in terms of, again, my usual excuse. People call me to fix their computers, and I get really busy with that.
Fucking A.
I know. And they want to pay me for it. And but so I haven't had time, as much time as I'd like to do all the other things. But there's also like checking in with you, but also checking in knowing that there are like people out there listening to this going like, oh, here comes Josh with his excuses for another week. I was like, no, this time I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure.
Seriously, this keeps me so on top of my shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So what this is to you, dear listener, is an advertisement for get your own mastermind together, because it really helps you keep things going, even if it's just one other person or two other people who are doing very different things, but having someone to check in with every week.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've seen us. We don't succeed every week, but
it's fair.
It definitely makes us more accountable and more likely to than I think we're on our own. Because I've known Cel now forever. It seems like I don't know how long.
Oh my gosh, it's been like 3 years.
So long. And
oh my god.
And we've been off again, on again in the mastermind realm, and now it's turned into a casual Friday thing. And when we're on again on the mastermind, I'm so much more productive. So
oh yeah, we kill it.
So everyone out there, get yourself a accountability partner. That's the word I'm looking for. Get yourself an accountability partner and make a mastermind happen, because dang, it's great. Also, email us if you've got an interesting story to share and you want to be on Casual Friday, because it's casual. We'll have you on.
Hey. Hell yeah.
unstuck.institute@gmail.com.
All right, Josh. That's all I got. You want to sign us out?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So so this has been Casual Friday. Follow us on Instagram @unstuck.institute. Our website is unstuck.institute.com, www.unstuck.institute. And have a great weekend. Get some stuff done. If your weekend is your downtime, get your side hustle going. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.